Virendra, what will people think? What will people think, Virendra?
11th October is a day when two great personalities were born. First is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, second, Virendra Negi. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, I am Virendra Negi. Unfortunately, I was not great since birth, nor since childhood, because whenever I try to take any responsibility, I used to think, if I fail, what will people think? When I was in class 6, the teacher asked, who wants to become class monitor? No one in the class raised their hand, but I raised mine. Just after the class period, my best friend said, Virendra, what have you done? It required a lot of responsibilities. You can't do it. Later on, I noticed few of my classmates were gossiping about me. Out of this confusion, the very next day, I said no to my class teacher. 3 years later, I was in 9th class. I was playing with my friends in the colony, and all of a sudden, one friend said, hey, it's December, let's plan for the New Year party. We all were excited and immediately decided to collect the funds for the party. All of us visited everyone's houses and requested their parents for permission and money. That day I was super excited. In the evening, I was back home. I shared the plan with my father and showed the money we had collected. He immediately shouted, Virendra, don't keep money with you. If it's lost, you will be blamed and people will talk about you. I was shocked and immediately went to my friend's home and handed over the money. By the age of 18, what will people think was embedded in my subconscious mind. I only did those tasks which most of the people were doing already. I never took any responsibility. Time flew, I passed my school, college, and started working. I was living my life in full comfort zone. But life gave me another shock. When we got a new project in the office, the management hired more people in the team. I was offered the post of team leader. My mind immediately said, Virendra, no, your English communication is poor. You have no experience in public speaking. You will definitely stumble during the client call. Your direct reporters will laugh at you. Just imagine what will senior management think. I said no. I got many other opportunities where I have to come forward and take the responsibility, but I could not take. Just by thinking, if I fail, what will people think? Life gave me answer when I met a person named Rahul Singh, a software engineer by profession and an art of living teacher by passion. He encouraged me to do a dynamic course from Art of Living Foundation. After a lot of resistance, I decided to join the course. That course has many activities like yoga, meditation, group discussion. One activity made a huge impact on my life. We all needed to go out and encourage people to register for the next course of Art of Living. I was very nervous. My mind was constantly saying, Virendra, what will people think? I approached Rahul and said, Rahul, I think this task is not for me. This is a marketing campaign for Art of Living. He smiled and said, Virendra, this is a proven activity to help people like you, and you will realize once the task is done. I started off with a person who looked educated to me. I told him I'm a volunteer from Art of Living and explained about the course. He politely said no. I approached to the second person, he also said no. I approached to the third person, and before I began, he said, not interested. After interacting with 3 people, I felt very good. That day, I talked to 50 people and got to registration. I went back to the venue. Rahul asked me to share the experience. I said, people are different, and each person thinks differently. Some took me positively, some negatively, and others didn't care. It was a very grounding and eye-opening experience. After listening my experience, Rahul said, Virendra, what will people think? It's their job. And they are doing it very efficiently. We don't need to do their job. Instead, we should focus on what we want to do. Virendra, just remember, if you have a yes here and here, we should do what we think is right. And once we start doing it, people will respect you because people respect those who keep the control of their life in their own hands. Friends, then and there, I decided to rewind. I started taking more responsibility in the office, and soon I was offered the post of team leader. That time too, my English communication was not so good. Even then, I took the responsibility. Now I am working as a manager, and whenever I meet my senior management in business meeting, and if they ask any idea, I feel they may laugh at my idea. Even then, I raise my hand. Last December, we celebrated New Year party in our apartment. I took the responsibility of catering. When my father came to know, he said in Hindi, Virender, agar khana khatam pada to? What if the food doesn't suffice? I also replied in Hindi, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. People will think and gossip. It's their job. My job is to plan catering arrangement with best of my abilities. So my dear friends, next time, whenever you get a new responsibility, I repeat, next time when you get any new responsibility, please think for a while. Do you have yes here and here? Please take it. It's your job. People will keep thinking. Mr. Toastmaster.